Thing that I would tell you to take a look at, either having a really quick side chain on this 808, so that would be something like this. Put a compressor on here. We could tell this to be like, hey, listen to whenever this 8 animal thing happens, our other kick. Every time the shorter kick happens, then the 808 will duck for just a second. What I do increasingly is not even fuck with having a sidechain there. You can just do a little fade on this and a little fade out on that. So it's like as soon as this happens, then the 808 comes in, but you don't get the doubled up attack on the two.
And then it won't clip, right? Which
yeah,
is like
it just gives you a little more headroom. Yeah, exactly. It sounds kind of like you're doing something like just having them like that, and then they would clip, and then you just limit the clipping. You know, which is like also an effect. It's just like a little heavier. And the main reason I just don't love that is because it's like you get a different attack when it's the kick by itself versus when it's the kick with the 808. You know, I kind of like having that consistency where it's like every time you just get the same like knock effect from this kick. So that's like what I would think about the 808 and verse kick kind of interaction. And then the other thing is saturating the fuck out of the 808. 808s generally, unless you get an already saturated sample, are going to be like basically sine waves that are just really low. If we like open up the spectrum thing here, you can see there's a couple harmonics over here, but pretty much they're just about this fundamental. The hip thing to do is saturate them, basically distort them. So like we can do more and more intense saturation. You see you start getting all this like growly higher harmonics, which we love. That's a nice satisfying. It like makes it hit harder. It makes it easier to tell what the pitch of it is.
It's richer.
It's richer. It's nice. So what I like to do is add more harmonics than I might want, or the amount of harmonics that feels nice, but then actually just roll off some of them with an EQ here.
Okay.
So like the sound is still very much about this fundamental frequency area, but you can see like without the EQ or without the saturator, I mean,
it still sounds way different.
Yeah, because basically it's like this area between the fundamental and wherever your roll off is much more dense with harmonics, as opposed to it just being like a couple harmonics. So you can get a way thicker. You can also experiment with like boosting different harmonics in there, which again you can only do if you're saturating it. Like if I don't saturate it, then there's nothing there to fuck around with.
Yeah.
When I turn this back on, then we get like
that's a
really
good one
hear
there.
that. Yeah. Yeah, so you know you can do something like that maybe. Then with the kick. Yeah, so